Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at potential for some severe weather. We could see some severe conditions for potential tornadoes for the northern eastern Texas area, and we could see some sporadic cells in the Louisiana area, the Mississippi area, the Arkansas area. So we could see some isolated supercells, but the main problem is going to be wind, because we're going to get a streamer line of heavy precipitation with obviously embedded hail in there, quite strong winds, because it's going to be in the shape of a squall line. And we could see some bits of spin of rotation in these cells as well, in that streamer line. So as it goes through the eastern parts of Texas, and it goes into the Louisiana area and the Arkansas area, we could see some just small spin ups, and that could produce probably some funnel clouds, potentially maybe a weak tornado. So I don't expect any significant tornadoes, because there isn't enough ingredients for for this to be a big outbreak or anything. So we could see some tornadoes here and there, and if I was to guess, it'll probably be the eastern Texas area and probably Arkansas, if I was to guess. So the first ingredient, you need pretty high cape. So if you're looking for tornadoes, you probably want the cape between over 1,600 probably and upwards. So as it gets into the 3,000s, and then maybe even in the 4,000s in some cases, then that's a good sign for tornado, because cape is basically available potential energy. So the higher it is, then there's more potential energy. But there is a thing though, where if the cape values are too high, it can actually cancel it out. It can actually be bad for tornado development. So if there's going to be tornadoes developing, you probably want it around probably the low end of the 4,000s, and probably upwards from 1,600. If we look at the dew point, so dew points is a very important factor, because dew points is basically to do with moisture, and it, so I would say dew point is probably the most important thing for cells. So if you want supercells to develop, you really want the dew points in the 60s and higher. But in some cases, for example Colorado, it doesn't always have to be in the 60s, because of the orographic lifting and all that. And then these little bit, because there's loads of mountains, and obviously wind can't go straight through. It has to go around. So when it goes around the mountains, that creates its own wind shear, because the wind's changing direction, and obviously the mountains are pretty high up. So if there's a storm going over, that could create just slight spin ups, then that could create a tornado. So in the Colorado area, you don't really need to price at the 60s. It can be in the 50s, but still low for the majority of the United States. You need dew points in the 60s, or if it's a major outbreak, it'll be in the 70s or the high 60s. So as you can see here, the cape values are pretty high. Not cape, sorry. The dew points are really high, especially for eastern Texas, in the mid 70s. So that's really high for for cells to develop in. When I said there's potential cells in the potential for tornadoes, the best potential area for Arkansas, the dew points is in the mid to mid to high 60s in some places in the southern area of Arkansas, and the center of Arkansas. So if you're in the Arkansas area, there could be some tornadoes potentially. So if you're in that area, um, we could see some tornado watches, and we could see some potential warnings maybe, but I can't really see that happening. But there is the potential there. And if we just go through here, I totally forgot to show you. So if we look at the radar, so there is pretty intense cells here. So it's more of a streamer line. So we could see some pretty bit strong winds, probably 30, 40 plus miles an hour. We could see some isolated cells, but that would be more for Arkansas. As you can see here, there's some isolated cells, so it's the border of Arkansas, and you can see some cells here, but they're quite sporadic. But this is what you call a streamer line. And on the 14th hour, if we go here, the cape is expected to go pretty high, and then as it does, you can really see it starts to take off again, and then we've got a really big streamline to it throughout Arkansas, and like as I said, like in these like setups, we could see slight like rotations that you get potential thunder clouds, or like in some cases like very weak tornadoes, but it's just gonna be like it's not 100%. There will be even tornadoes, but the chance is there. If we look at this, so this is pivotal weather. I pretty like this because you can look at the storm in more detail. And if we go through, yeah, onto just say the sixth, I would just say. So there is a cell here. So this is, I click 6.2. There was a 7 there, so that's pretty high. So if we look at the 6 here, so these wind bobs here, wind shears, so you can really see it changes direction. So that's telling me the spin ups. And like there is some like links as well, so like it's showing that like it could be a supercell, and then like the potential hazard is tornado. So it does say like a serious dangerous like a situation. So it so it's not like really concerning, but like it does look like there is like little spin in like the atmosphere, so there could be tornadoes. And if you look at the white line here, so that's Cape. So Cape's pretty high, as I said. It's probably like the Cape values is like around 2000 ish. So the Cape isn't really a problem, but the ingredients isn't 100%. So in like that kind of area, so like where was that? That was Texas at that point. So as we go into Arkansas, there is a chance of cells, but it's like it's not a certainty. So if we go on a little bit further, we can. So there is some little cells developing like towards the border of Arkansas, but it's more towards Texas. So if we look at this skew T here, if it loads, yeah. So as I said, there's tornado potential. The spin isn't as vigorous as in the last like check I'd done, but like there is potential like cell, like so it could be a potential cell. So as I've said, we could see some cells in the eastern Texas area, Arkansas, Mississippi, maybe even Louisiana. So them kind of areas could see cells. And like I think the squall line's going to be the like the biggest factor. So a squall line's going to create damage and wind. Pretty large hail, and anywhere between pea-size hail to maybe golf ball size hail potentially. But I don't know if it'll get to golf ball size, but it could get to that size. And we could see a tornado, but as I'm going to show you here, the tornado risk is it going to even load? If we look at, oh come on, I don't think it's going to show it. I'll try one more time, but it was like loading before. That's not going to load. But basically, like unlike the storm prediction center, it showed a 5% chance for the Texas area and nearly into the Louisiana area for tornadoes. So, but if I was them, I would have like lifted the 5% slightly more north and east. But like basically, it's saying it's not impossible for tornadoes, but it is pretty low. So don't expect tornadoes, but just be on alert in case there is a tornado. So we could easily see a tornado. So don't think, well, it's 5%. There won't be a tornado. It could just happen. Like sometimes when it's been like a 5% risk, there has been like tornadoes. So just always have your guard up, because you never know like when like the next tornado will be. Okay guys, so that's it for today's video. If you liked it, please like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you don't miss another upload. So probably might do another update like tomorrow to do with this like potential tornadoes and cells, because it could go on into tomorrow as well. But I might do like a tropics update as well, like for the Atlantic, because it's obviously getting closer to like to hurricane season. So if you haven't started your preparations for that, you kind of need to start now. Like get your hurricane kit, make sure you've got your hurricane insurance like ready, your generators working, all that sort of thing. So okay guys, I hope you like it. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.